they let us do this again on Facebook. They're clamping down on everything these days. I figured they'd shut us in. Ladies and gentlemen, wow. Welcome to the evening service. It keeps getting more awesome because of my guests. I don't want to waste any time tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please listen to this song by my homie Phillip Lammonds. Ooh.
Black, white, Yankee rebel, country boys singing there and never. Gay, straight, crooked level, I don't care. Popular, underrated, open-minded, insulated. Ship of fools are educated, we're getting somewhere. Love is love is love. Yeah, love is love is love. The Rolling Stones or Beatles, Crimson Tide or War Eagle, gospel singer, non-believer, there's a man upstairs. Love is love is love. What you grew up on, what you learned and knew. Love is love is love. Night, day, hugs and kisses, for better or worse, I'm doing dishes. When it is what it is, and it is what it isn't, I ain't going nowhere. 'Cause love is love. Yeah, love is love is love. There's a bunch of us under the sun. We're all looking at the same one. And it's just a place you fall into. What you grew up on, what you learned and knew. Love is love is love. Black, white, Yankee rebel, country boys singing here and there. Gay, straight, crooked level, I don't care.
Get out of town. Stop the show. Stop the show, man.
Come on.
Gosh, damn, I got choked up at the end of that one, y'all. I mean, think about that. What's the line? What's the opening and closing line?
Black, white, Yankee rebel, country boys singing air and level. A lot of boys are doing it. A lot of people are doing it.
I love you, and I hate you at the same time.
Well, me too.
I wish I wrote that
I don't
song
like
with
me
you.
either.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you're in for, if you don't know by now, you must have been asleep, because what you just saw is about to continue to happen for at least the next hour. No promises, Sarah, when I'm going to get home, because this is going to be too much fun.
Oh, yeah.
But, man, my guest tonight is Phillip Lammonds, and I'm in awe of this dude, and
Come on.
And man, really, really, really excited to learn more about him and to share Phillip with my fans and with the fans of the evening service. And as one of our very first guests
Well,
in
I'm
season
glad to be
2.
here, buddy.
Well, dude, thank you, man. I'll keep on kissing your ass later. Here we go. Talk about that.
I can stick it up there.
Let's do it.
We're on camera, right? I'm just trying to make sure we're doing this right.
All right, me and Phillip wrote this song with Terry Joe Box. This was called She's Real. It's also the demo of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, oh my gosh, I almost forgot to mention, we do accept donations. As you can tell, the evening service is growing. Those donations are going towards helping us grow. Obviously, we got space and we got equipment and we got people that are putting in effort. So we're working hard on this cool product, and hopefully that you're enjoying and you'll continue to support. And we got some exciting things coming. Enough of the bullshit. Let me play a song for you here. 1, 2. Don't mix the words, is what she means. All black and white, no in between. I love Jesus, Dixie, dirt road daisies, all stray dogs and crazy about baby. She's real. Get a holes in her jeans, she got them all honest. Ain't hunting no bank account with a bunch of dollars and drama. That ain't her thing. She's real. Yeah, she's real pretty, real smart, real good at roping in a cowboy's heart. She's a real tears, real tough, real firecracker when she gets lit up. She's a real sexy, real sweet, real good at it when she love it on me. She ain't make believe, can't believe the way she makes me feel, but she's real. When she goes to getting mad, she gets real mad. Likes to play real country and get real sad. Loves dive bars, fast cars, high-powered rifle. Got a mama who's her hero and a daddy who's her idol. She's a real sexy, real sweet, real good at it and love it all me. She's a damn real tough, real firecracker when she gets lit up. She's a real sexy, real sweet, real good at it when she love it on me. She make believe, can't believe the way she makes me feel. Yeah, she's a real. Yeah, she's a real thing, real small, real good at roping a cowboy's heart. She's a real tear, real tough, real firecracker when she gets lit up. She's a real sexy, real sweet, real good at it when she love it on me. Yeah. She ain't make believe, can't believe the way she makes me feel. She's a hell-raising angel, all halo and heels. Oh, she's real. Yeah, she's real. Yeah, she's real. Whoa,
Something like that. Dude, that's good.
And
man.
it goes a little
You
something
know
like
it.
elbow bump it real quick.
Oh,
There you
you're
go.
right.
Bang.
You got a rag on.
Phillip, come on. Woo! I'm sweating. That means it's going to be a good night.
Already
Come on,
getting
folks.
good.
Okay, dude, let's dive in to you. Let me see what I have to talk about. I'll ask you next. All right. So, man, so professional stuff. I mean, we're talking to a dude. There's a dude on the evening service right now. He's got tons of cuts from some huge artists. I mean, just to name a few, we're talking Hootie and the Blowfish and Josh Turner, Kelly Pickler, Lee Brice. A couple really big songs with Lee Brice.
I've been real lucky.
Yeah. What do you say? What do you think about? How do you feel about luck and what role luck plays in the life that you and I
I
live?
think, man, I think you make your own luck. I mean, but, there's not any bad songwriters to speak of. As far as I know, if you make it to the NFL, you kind of got yourself
Pretty good at it.
pretty good at it. And I just think the guys that listen more than they say, listen more than they talk, or the people that do that seem to sort of float to the top. And I'm always working on it, so,
Yeah, I mean, geez, so we'll get into the, how you got here and stuff like that. But I was reading on the Curb website, and I'm assuming this is true, or else you just put it in there just to mess with them. But it mentioned that I knew this
Very possible.
about you, that you were have been a fishing guide, a fly fishing guide. That's one thing Phil and I have connected on, obviously, because y'all know I stay fishing. Just look at the picture from last week with that raggedy ass John boat hanging off the back of my truck out front. But it also said that you were a falconer.
Yeah. That's
So I mean, I just got one question. What the fuck? What is that? Tell me about that.
dude. It's
I gotta know more.
It's like super nerd.
That's why I'm asking, because I'm a nerd.
Yeah, meets like NFL. But anyway, the thing that's falconry, man. It was just I was always intrigued by birds of prey, and I've been in outdoors all my life, and I used to get them and hit by cars and stuff, and I'd nurse them back to health and stuff, and I started studying up on it, and it's a real thing, and you hunt with a bird.
That's cool.
Yeah, you do.
Was it like a money-making endeavor for you?
Oh, no, it's nothing about that. No,
Yeah.
It costs you your money, practically your marriage and everything else. It's not even, it's one of those things that's so time-consuming, I've sort of put it aside being here, but, I mean, it is a very amazing thing to know you can call a wild bird out of a tree to you and say,
go do this.
Let's go do this next. Well, he's not really very obedient. It's more about, you got the groceries and but it
sounds like my kids.
Yeah, very much so.
Identical with that. Well, play us one, man. Come on.
All right, let's do something else here. You mentioned Kelly Pickler. I got something else in mind. I thought about this on the way over here. Man, I don't even remember who I was talking to. They said, some words just taste bad, when you say them. God, that's the truth, actually. And so I wrote this and wrote it by myself at the, what's the name of that place? The old, it used to be the Hall of Fame Hotel, off of Demonbreun.
Just like 15 minutes ago or on the way in?
No, I wrote it a little while back. But it was one of those.
I love that. Some words just.
But anyway, goodbye tastes like all the salt in the sea. It rolls off the tongue too quick and easily. Sometimes it burns like hell when it comes out. Yeah, I wish I'd left that goodbye in my mouth. Oh, I wish I'd left that goodbye in my mouth. Well, I'm sorry seems to say the same old thing. I guess that's why it's so hard to believe. It never makes much room for common ground. Yeah, I wish I left I'm sorry in my mouth. Because it's over now, I know how it feels when someone hands you that bitter, jagged pill. You try to swallow, but you can't swallow. Yet I love you is the worst one of them all. It's such a dangerous and hard place to fall. It opens up the door for pain and doubt. Wish I left I love you. Wish I left I love you in my mouth. 'Cause it's over now, I know how it feels when someone hands you that bitter, jagged pill. You try to swallow, but you can't swallow. Then you swallow. And goodbye tastes like all the salt in the sea. It rolls off the tongue too quick and easily.
Great, dude. Wow.
Thank you.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Thank you.
This man is writing some songs. Do you use the mechanic of bookending a song with the same line often?
I don't know why I do that. Those two I happen to, but I do.
I do it all the time. Sometimes
common.
it just you gotta say that first line again. You know.
I had a real good friend, man, who's an author. He writes books, but he teaches writing at the governor of the School of the Arts in South Carolina. And he said it's called kissing the front.
Okay.
And I didn't know that until I played a song.
That sounds awesome.
And it was, we were doing this little thing for the kids at the school, and I had some other writer buddies of mine who were all great, and we were just rolling through all these songs, and that happened, and one of those things, and the guy turned around and had this lesson for the kids, it's kissing the front. And a lot of authors do that, and I didn't really start, I read, and I look, and I see, every now and then you'll see that first line repeated after 400 pages of a book. They come back and boom.
Yeah,
and
man.
it just reminds you what you listen to at some level, I guess it's like
I think you should only do it if you say something in the first line. You shouldn't repeat it if you don't say something.
No, you gotta say something.
You gotta say something.
Yeah.
I love how Phil's just like telling this beautiful story, and I'm like, the moment he says kissing the front, I start thinking of dick jokes.
Well, and I didn't think that, but that's actually
I hate
good.
myself for that.
Well, you shouldn't. But you should write that.
So check it out. This is about to get awesome because for the first time ever, a non-musical guest is coming on the show, and I'm so excited to welcome my pal, my friend from way back in the day, fellow Arkansan from the great town of Jonesboro,
How do you
Arkansas.
say Arkansan? Is that what you say?
Arkansan, that's right, Phil.
What?
Deal with it. And
Can anybody
fellow
from Arkansas
Arkansan.
say that? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
And fellow trust me, I got Arkansas tattooed on my arm, bro.
Oh, you do. You actually.
I know how to say that. And so does she, because she's a fellow Arkansas from Jonesboro.
Hey,
come on.
come on in.
Come on. This is Rachel Sykes, everyone. Come on.
Rachel,
come on.
hey Rachel. Yeah.
And Rachel
Give it up
is
for Rachel.
From the Nashville Craft Distillery.
This is
Rachel.
good.
Before we dive into this
be a
part of the show, I want to say, first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And it's so great that we've reconnected after all these years. So we went to Ouachita Baptist University together.
Good.
So it's only fitting that we're doing this in a basement with cold beer. Don't put that beer down. And then, oh no, you should now. I thought it was because of the Baptist University.
I don't want to be
I'm
close to that. With
so
this
and
beer.
now you're a whiskey distiller.
So
So
what I
what?
thought, right?
So again, what the fuck?
I know.
What
exactly.
happened? Wait, so tell me how this happened. So you don't have to give me blah blah blah, but
Right.
how does one get into distilling whiskey?
Well, first I started brewing beer. That was kind of my step into it.
Okay.
But I was in the restaurant, hospitality, bartending industry for a long time.
You're never illegally making whiskey. Arkansas,
No.
they do that apparently.
Yes, and in Tennessee, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of that shit.
But
I'll get that
yeah,
shit.
so found a love for spirits, for beer, in that industry. And somebody said to me, "Man, you should start brewing your own stuff." I was like, well, okay, that sounds fun.
Dude, I'm
So it
glad
just
you
became a
showed up.
hobby. Yeah. So a lot of people don't know you actually make beer first, and you distill that beer, and that is what whiskey is.
Okay.
So
What?
it's an easy transition. So
Only one of them kicks my ass.
Take this.
Only one of them kicks my
I
ass.
think a little left here if you want to move it on into the next level.
So I met the owner of Nashville Craft. His name is Bruce Boyko. He was actually a forensic scientist.
Right, I was reading about that he had a science background and
Yes.
sort of has brought that into.
Incredibly smart man. Yeah. So whenever we bring people into the distillery, we're talking science. We're talking how the methods of making alcohol,
Yeah.
which is pretty
That's
cool.
Let's go.
Not a lot of people do that.
So how long have you been doing this for your
4.5
job?
4.5 years.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's great.
So
So what are we drinking right now?
So-
We're-
so
so
this
you
is
brought
our-
several things. We're
I
going to
did.
try them one at a time so
Yeah.
we don't black out
Yeah.
before the rest of the show's over.
Exactly. So this is our very first. We call this original bourbon whiskey, Nashville Craft Original Bourbon Whiskey. It's a single barrel, and single barrel means it comes out of a single barrel rather than blending other. I'm gonna bring another small batch one in a minute, but this one is probably my favorite out of the three that I brought. It is a mash bill. Mash bill is just the recipe. It has 60% corn, 30% wheat, 10% malted barley in it.
Okay.
This is a little over 2 years old, about 2.5 years old.
Did you personally make this whiskey?
Every step of the way. Yes.
Wow.
Along
Let's
with
go.
Bruce.
So
Along with Bruce. Of
So
course,
we're
yeah.
about to sip on some
Yes.
whiskey that you started working on
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah. Pretty
At
cool.
least 2 years
Pretty
ago.
cool. Yeah.
Right? So let's go. That's
All right.
amazing.
It's like
I love it.
child.
It is. Yeah. It's pretty neat to watch it and to taste it and.
You get the same kind of headache too. Now we know each other, so don't be scared, Rachel.
You
You
want
know,
alcohol?
don't. Yeah, we know each other.
Yeah.
We know each other.
We're getting to know each other.
Hey, we get to know each other, right?
Oh yeah, we're getting to know each other.
All right. So this is 100 proof.
Do we
So
pick it
coach
up?
us
Can
on
we-
the
give us
way
the
to
whole thing.
taste.
So we're
whiskey.
this, bourbon is meant to be enjoyed and be sipped. We're not shooting. We're not.
No shit.
Yeah, yeah. So these are called Glencairn glasses. It's really great for you to smell. It helps kind of accentuate the profile.
Oh, yeah, it does.
So you can smell it. Open your mouth a little bit. Breathe it in. Everybody's different when they're tasting and smelling whiskey. We all three will probably taste something a little bit different, which is good.
That's what you're after.
That's what you're after.
So
yeah.
let's drink some of this whiskey
All
that you
right.
made. Hey,
Cheers.
are we
Here we
cheersing?
go.
Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
for being here. This is
Yeah.
great. Oh, it's good.
God, that's really good.
Yeah.
It's like butter.
I'm not normally a
Yes.
straight up guy.
No, that's really good.
Unless I'm like,
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Toss it back. Thank you.
good
Yeah.
job. Wow. Is
Exactly.
it like in how we are with the song in terms of like, it's a big deal when a songwriter plays a song for you that that hasn't been cut or something that they just wrote,
Yeah.
and it's like, and whenever I do, it's always nerve wracking because I'm reading body language even though I don't want to, you know.
Totally. Yeah, you're
I'm
always,
trying. I don't give a shit what they think about the song. I hope they like it. I'm sure they will. It's my mom. Of course she's gonna like it. But I'm reading body language. Are you the same way when someone sips
Absolutely.
something that you crafted? With
Absolutely.
Bruce.
You watch them and you're anticipating what are they going to say? Are they going to make a face?
And I'm
whatever.
assuming that there's
But-
people that like for instance, like the body language I catch off of Phil when I'm playing a song is means more to me. So like if there's someone that has got a like whiskey palate that knows what they're talking about,
For
that
sure.
knows what they're tasting. That's another level
That's
where you
another
see them
level.
like
You-
it's kind of
You
like
know, I
knocking
think
a
it's kinda-
songwriter room dead.
But I think it's kind of cool that I love bourbon and whiskey, but I haven't had anything. This is really great,
Well,
and I don't know enough about it to say why. But
Yeah.
I can tell you, I'm a novice at understanding all that nuance. But I'm not a novice at putting it down my neck.
Okay, before we send you off and we do more music, you're coming back.
Okay.
Tell the people that are watching where they can learn more, get stuff, buy products.
All right, yeah. So Nashville Craft Distillery it's basically downtown Nashville. For the most part, we're about a mile and a half from Broadway. We have a tasting room. Right now, with all that's going on with COVID, our tasting room, unfortunately, isn't open. But we're doing curbside bottle sales. We're doing some curbside tasting, so you can come up, buy bottles from us. You can taste it before you buy it, and eventually, once the world is back in order, we'll be back to doing
Soon.
some.
Can we
Cocktails
keep
and
the
stuff.
curbside thing going though? There's something
I
kind of
know,
cool
that's
about
cool,
that.
There is
right?
kind of
No
that's
matter
kinda
what.
fun.
Love that.
Rachel,
For
thank
sure.
you.
Yes,
Thank you for being here. Are you
absolutely.
taking? Are you taking this
No,
stuff?
take
Okay.
It, take it. I'm gonna leave it here.
All right.
And I'll come
Yeah,
back.
leave that here,
Yeah,
please.
I'll
Thank you
come
very
back.
much.
Man, wow. This show is getting even more rad by the minute.
Do we
It's
need
gonna-
to let
I'll
this
ta-
breathe, by the way?
I'll bring it back down with this next song.
Well,
Whatever, man. Phil, thank you. So
single wrist.
I like
there.
sprung this on you today. Hey, by the way, we're drinking whiskey. I hope that's cool.
Oh yeah, I'm cool. I'm good with that. It's stressful as that is.
Got a beer, got a buzz, mixing a little lust. Maybe that's enough. And maybe if we stay, that band's gonna play that good stuff. It's the perfect combination for the kind of situation I've been thinking about all day long. Tonight they're playing slow love songs, kind of make me wanna hold you close all night long. It's like somebody tipped the band 100, told them keep them coming till it's time for us to take it on home. Tonight they're playing slow love songs. So do you wanna dance? You got that look in your eye, you're filling up mine with beautiful. So baby, take me by the hand, let me dance you right off of that bar stool. Tonight they're playing slow love songs. The kind that make me wanna hold you close all night long. It's like somebody tipped the band 100, told them keep them coming till it's time for us to take them home. Tonight they're playing slow love songs. Yeah, so do you wanna dance? Tonight they're playing slow love songs. Tonight they're playing slow love songs. Hey, tonight they're playing slow love songs. The kind that make me wanna hold you close all night long. It's like somebody tipped the band 100, told them keep them coming till it's time for us to take it on home. Tonight they're playing slow love songs. So do you wanna dance? Yeah, do you wanna dance? Thank you, Phil. That sounded cool, man.
Yes.
I wrote that with Matt Alderman.
Oh, that's a good one.
And another guy who I am embarrassed to forget at this moment. I'm sorry, other guy.
Matt brings them, brother.
It's the whiskey. It's not you.
Here's to Matt Alderman.
Here's to Matt Alderman and the other guy that I
The
wrote
other
that
guy.
song with, man. Thank you. He's a badass. I remember him being a badass.
You know, nobody claps here. This audience is weird. The funny thing
There's
is,
only 4 people here.
no, there's a lot more than
Now
that.
ish.
You can't see past the lights, dude. I'm
Don't
just telling
worry.
you, there's the cool thing
Very
about
spread out back there. Don't worry.
You know, the thing is, generally Americans are very polite and they will clap when you're done with a song, no matter what, no matter how good it is or bad it is. You don't know that it may just be they're clapping because it's over,
Yeah.
but they're not clapping at all.
Well, no, that's okay.
We should have.
Well, I think the thing is, we don't even know what to do. We're still learning what to do. That's the best part about
that
this
song. You nailed that.
Well, thank you. Well, shit, man. Okay, so let's talk really fast. I gotta know. Growing up, Phillip Lammonds, right? So like North Carolina, born
North Carolina,
mountains of North Carolina. So where does the musical influence begin? At what age?
right there under my Aunt Wanda's spinet piano and.
Are you making this up or is this for real?
That's for real.
Hell yeah, it is for real.
Wanda Parton and my mother's a Parton, and yeah, somewhere there we're related.
Like Dolly, like
yeah. But we don't.
Dolly?
I don't know her. But anyway, I'm hanging on to it for now. But yeah, man. I mean, my Aunt Wanda, I laid under her. It's like, man, we were doing. I'll just do this. So she was like, she'd play the spinet piano in my grandparents' house when I'd stay up there in the summers in the mountains. And she would play these notes and stuff, and she'd go, all right. And I'd lay on my back under there, and I could hear your foot would be pumping the damn pedal, on that piano, And she said, all right, listen to this. I said, what's that? I said, she'd pick that up, find that note, and it'd be like... glad reunion in heaven some.
I can see her doing it.
There with all the holy angels and the little ones to stay.
Oh, there's that chord.
To meet the Holy Master on that glad day. That will be a glad reunion day. Anyway, that's how I learned to play a lot of stuff on the guitar, you know. And
Were your parents religious? Did church have anything to do with the
I mean,
musical upbringing?
my Henry Lammonds, my grandfather was a holiness preacher, had a radio show, you know. And
No,
my dad sang on the gospel quartet of he and his other three brothers. And, you know, when they were in their, you know, single digit ages, you know, and they would go and play it, and he would preach at camp meetings. And my mother, Verno Parton, her dad, or actually her grandfather, Miller Parton, built the tabernacle in Shingle Holler Congregational Holiness Church. And that's where
Shingle Holler Congregational Holiness Church.
It's still there. And it's right there just above Rutherfordson.
Book it for the next evening service. Come on location.
I'll play you.
Let's get it.
So as a tribute, y'all don't care if I play this on.
You play anything you want, brother.
Right, so I'm gonna play this. So what? If you think about that area, it's the mountains, and it's religion or whiskey, you know, and that was what it was. And the Partons were up there, and they had a little lumber mill, and they built this tabernacle just on the side of a mountain. It was a big old, big as a football field, as I recall. We used to go when we were kids, man. We'd go up there for camp meeting, and my grandfather would have us put pine shavings, because it was old red dirt floor. It was not, you know, there was no floor in this thing. We had to put pine shavings out just that deep. He'd bring trucks up there, and so all of my cousins, all 24 of us, first cousins, would push those pine shavings down there, and then we'd have camp meeting. And we'd go, and you know, we could sit at the edge because the concession stand was going to open up. We'd go get an orange push-up or something, you know.
That'll be the first one in line.
Yeah, so you could be that.
As soon as he said amen, it was
altar
gone.
call. It's altar call. When the altar call started, we could go, and we'd pull.
Because you was already saved. You didn't have to worry about
I
that.
got all that going on.
Yeah.
So we could pull the shirt off and run down to get there, and we'd go up the water tower in the back, right behind the tabernacle, and we'd stand there and pull the chain and let the water fall on us. And it was just cool, but it was like. In Rutherford County, where I was born, stood an old tabernacle, all weathered and worn, where my friends and my family would gather around for old-time religion, dinner on the grounds. Well, old Miller Parton, he ran a sawmill in town, and he stood all the pilings, then he tamped them all down. He assembled the trusses that stood up above, but to old Miller Parton, was a labor of love.
Come on.
Yeah, I remember pine shavings on the red dirt floor, the absence of windows, no, there weren't any doors, because the walls were all open to let in the light at the old tabernacle. The midsummer vapors, they surrounded the lights. The choir filled the rafters with a song coming down. The building was shaking absence of windows, and there weren't any doors, 'cause the walls were all open to let in the light. At the old tabernacle on Canby night. At the old tabernacle on Canby night.
Songwriting full.
Yeah! Yo, that's I wrote that song so many years ago. I've always loved that song, and I can't get in the Rutherford County without singing it to my folks, and I
love that song
adore
too.
them.
Okay, hey, you ready for the next part?
What you got?
Rachel, come on, let's go. Let's
Woo!
get in. Let's taste another thing from Nashville Craft Distillery. Make sure you're following the Nashville Craft Distillery on all their Instagram pages and
I don't want y'all
Facebook
mixing this. See?
and whatnot. So,
another glass?
yeah.
Are you going to shoot it?
Don't want to shoot it.
Night.
We got something new.
Okay, so what do we have here? What
Honey,
is
I'm
this?
coming home. I promise you I'll get a ride or whatever it
We'll
takes.
see you tomorrow.
Alrighty.
I'll get him there.
All right,
So
what you got
this
going
next
So what is
one-
this?
We're calling this our traditional bourbon. And
Well, yeah.
difference in this one compared to the first one is the mash bill, the recipe. Corn, rye, and barley. To where this one has corn, wheat, and barley. Wheat usually is a little sweeter. Rye is going to add a little bit of spiciness.
Can we
to it.
add?
So,
Can I ask you if that is a rye whiskey?
it's not a rye whiskey. A rye whiskey has to be at least 51% rye. This right here is 10% rye. So
Okay.
So it's
all
got the
these
vibe.
little, it's got the vibe. You're gonna
I
have a little,
see.
little
So it
spice
still goes
in
like
there.
corned
The
beef
dark,
sandwich.
Yeah.
oaky vibe. I'm into it.
Ryan, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what I just said. I just made all that up.
It's really good. It's
Yeah.
buttery.
It sounded cool.
Yeah.
It's
It's
youthful, but
I've been
adjectives.
bullshitting for a long time, y'all. Don't y'all? This is not my first time to bullshit my
It's
way through a
fruity
TV
yet.
show.
Hey, say this. It's fruity yet not provocative,
There you go.
with a youthful bounce.
But you have a youthful.
Youthful
Okay,
bounce.
so now I know how to snip it.
So this one's a little bit younger. Cheers.
I'm gonna snip
Yes.
mine first.
Oh, wait,
Okay.
This one's younger. So how old is this?
This one's a little under a year. So, but on the nose, this one smells a
so
lot
it's not
sweeter
lifting
than
his
it.
leg yet.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
There
lot
you,
sweet.
looky there.
See?
I knew. I was about to say that same damn thing, and then the
What were you gonna say?
professional
What'd you
person
say?
said, "Oh, that it had a little sweeter. It
A
was
little
felt a
sweeter
little
notes,
sweeter to the nose."
Okay.
Now how
You
about to
taste
the
it?
tongue? Let's,
Yeah. The nose. It ain't going in my nose.
to the face.
Up in my head.
Oh, that's good. Now I like this one better.
Do you really?
Yeah,
I
this
don't-
is
I don't
of
know.
the two.
I don't know.
Are you on the fence?
No, I mean, I'm just
No, it's
enjoying it.
awesome. They're both awesome.
It's been a long time since I had the other one, so it's going to take.
We'll circle back. So before you go, again, people can people purchase booze online?
I was getting ready to say, I forgot to mention that before. Yes, we have an online store, NashvilleCraftDistillery.com. Or is it NashvilleCraft.com?
NashvilleCraft.com
Okay.
is
And,
what it is.
Yeah, and then there's
There's
a,
there's
there's
an
a link
underscore.
on there.
There's
Yeah.
an
There is no underscore. There's no bullshit. It's just NashvilleCraft.com.
That's
I
what it is.
think. Hang on. Let me check my notes.
I'm gonna get you-
Yep, that's
I'm gonna
it.
get
I
you
knew
one.
I had it. NashvilleCraft.com.
All right, so yes, go on there.
You're
We've got
amazing.
a link that you can shop and you can order bottles.
And there's all kinds
online.
of stuff. They have these cool products. In fact, I wrote some of them down. They have oh shit, you guys got to know about this. The Naked Biscuit Sorghum
Yes.
spirits.
Yes.
What?
They have hand sanitizer for sale.
That's it. That's
Tell us about the hand
newest thing.
sanitizer.
Man, we were just trying to stay alive during all this, and
Can you drink it?
You can't drink. Although
Okay.
we funny story. A guy called up and he's like, "Hey, my buddy just drank some of your hand sanitizer. So
Why?
what do I need to do?"
On a dare? Or?
It's probably a pretty
I don't
Some
know.
asshole. Just some
Yeah,
asshole.
yeah.
Some kid.
So he was
Sort of
fine.
comprehensive
It's all food
coverage
grade.
thing.
It's fine.
Okay, what else? And then I was like, oh, but the best part, and we'll talk about this, the concert series that you guys put on when you come back.
Right.
But also, I mean, you have craft cocktail kits.
Kits.
So you can online order and you'll get the mix and the whiskey, and they tell you how to make it. And Sarah
you
bought
go.
one when we were there a couple weeks ago, and it's fire. Fire. She's been drinking them every day
It's good.
at noon.
A mix? What's
I'm
a
just
mix?
kidding.
So
At
the mix
4:30.
is just like fresh squeezed juice, and then you mix it with,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
basically
yeah.
all you got to do is just pour it in a
basic
cup.
It shows
and
up.
stir it up. Yeah.
Thank you for
Yes,
being here.
absolutely.
We'll see you in a second.
Okay.
Rachel
I'll be
from Nashville Craft, everybody. What's happening now? Oh, Phil, play us another song, dude. So you're the guest, man. Come on.
All right.
Don't blow it though. This is important.
Okay.
This is the important part of the show. Everything else was not important. This is important.
I'm in a real rural mood. If that's
Let's
cool.
go, man. Me too.
I'm gonna play something that
What does
actually
that mean?
somebody's cut here. Actually, Kelly Pickler cut this.
You need a beer?
No, I'm good. I got a beer.
Okay.
I'm good. I got plenty of whiskey.
Well, I just need to pee, so that's the deal. I'm peeing. You play a song.
European.
I'm one of the most European people you've ever met.
Well, who am I gonna be talking to?
Play the song now.
Y'all need like a puppet.
Behind you, talk to
Oh, hey, we say, baby, what's going on? All right, instead of that song, till he gets back, I'm gonna play this. There it goes. This will work. So, Lee Bryce wrote this with Chris Galbuta, who's one of the most talented humans on the planet. And it was one of those days we sat down and just said, hey, I ain't got anything to say. He said, I got a title, Best Part of Me. And we started just wrestling with all that and trying to decide, well, hey, is that like our hands? Is that, what is it, And then this fell out. So Lee Bryce cut it. It's probably one of my favorite songs. He's probably going to come in here while I'm doing this intro, isn't that right? I don't care. Just tell him to hush. There's plenty about me that I don't like. Most mistakes I've made them twice. Sometimes I don't live out the words I say. Let me tune this guitar. One more time. You can come back now.
Come on.
All right.
Look, I got
I installed just an intentional flaw so you.
This is who knows how long the show's gonna be because this is so damn. I'm feeling a special magic in the air.
All right, so this is Lee Bryce cut this song and just made me so happy to hear it. He sings this shit a little better. But anyway. There's plenty about me that I don't like. Most mistakes I've made them twice. Sometimes I don't live out the words I say. I just can't stay out of my own way. But my good intentions overflow way down deep inside my bones. Though my head's been known to give me hell, this heart of mine is something else. But the best part of me is you. It's you. The best part of me is you. Yeah, I've got my old man's baby blues. His daddy's taste for whiskey too. My brother's love for rock and roll, and my mama's southern gospel soul. But the best part of me is you. It's you. The best part of me is you. Till something takes over me every moment you hold my hand. My heart's beating time as the stars all align, and I understand. The best part of me, the best part of me, best part of me is you. It's you. The best part of me is you. The best part of me is you. The best part of me is you.
Come on, man. There
Thank you,
go.
Lee Bryce.
So, who'd you write that one with?
Wrote that with Chris Galbuta. We talked about it on the front end while you were taking a leak.
While I was taking a leak, I love that you guys were talking about Galbuta while I was holding my business.
Well, and that's back to the kiss the front thing. I mean,
I can't
probably
stop.
gonna come back up.
I can't stop. I'm a huge fan of him, man. Huge fan of. I wrote with him once. I'm just Dustin Christensen played me some of his stuff when we were.
He's
auditioning
just
for
powerful.
Voice
He's a force of nature.
Yeah, and he's also at Curb. But you write for Curb?
I do.
Curb
Yeah.
And how long have you been there?
161 years. No, I've been at Curb. See, I've lived here for 3 years, but I've been at Curb for about 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got a deal while you were still down in South Carolina?
Yeah, I
coming
was
back
traveling
and forth
back
to
and forth. Probably.
Talk a little bit about that, man. How do you see? Did you see that the fact that you weren't in town, the first 7 years as something that slowed down maybe your success, or what do you think?
I don't know, man. I was coming here for 20 years, twice a year kind of thing, and I've got a few cuts, and mostly it was just life was going on, and my children were at home, and I remember having a conversation with Mike Whalen at Acuff Rose many, many years ago when I came to town one time to write, and he said, we should probably work something out with you. And I said, well, the problem is, man, if I came here and wrote a song, a #1 today, I'd go right back to that house I live on and buy it and raise my little boy and my little girl. So got all that behind me, and they're all raised, and they're unbelievable people. And my wife, who's the most unbelievable person in the world, who decided that maybe it's time. Once everybody's out of the house, maybe it's time. So we decided to move here, and we did. And I will say this to anybody that's kind of floating the idea of being a songwriter and coming to Nashville to do that, you definitely have a lot more opportunity cost lost if you're not here. There's just things like, I run into you, I run into guys, I got an idea, we're talking out loud, and somebody says this, and let's write that. And I never had that until I got here. And I don't regret 1 minute of not.
Yeah, of course not. I mean, I'm kind of the same way in that. Like, there's an opportunity for me for us to pick up and do it earlier, and we didn't for various reasons, and it's happening the way it's always meant to.
Yeah, man, I tell you the truth of the matter is, man, I've had a lot of money and I've had no money, and neither are better than the other.
Come on.
No, there's really not. It's one of those things that I don't have a sense of any kind of no regret, put it like that. And what I do think about if I could tell somebody that the synopsis of all that is, it's not about the hit. I mean, the hit's going to matter. I have a hit or two. It's one of those things that happened to me. And yeah, it moved me forward, but it didn't really do what. It just gave me more money, and it gave me more credentials and whatever. But at the end of the day, you don't really need that. If you're here and you're really good at your craft and you practice it and you work it out, if you're invited here, you're in the NFL. I mean, it's as good as it gets. You don't get any higher than this if you're a songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
And you go, the success is the process.
No doubt.
Preach.
Come on,
That's
man.
it.
Come
That's
on.
it. And if you get I got a Bronco commercial all of a sudden. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. I can't believe Luke Dick and some great songwriters, and we just got it, and we didn't know it was going to be a Bronco commercial. It's a Bronco commercial. And I woke up one day and it wasn't a Bronco commercial, and the next few days it was.
Yeah.
but that didn't change anything about me or how I feel or any of my other writers.
It's
Nobody's walking around
fantastic,
spitting
man.
on anybody. You know,
What a state of mind. I mean, that's
well,
that's true.
I'm at an age where I can go, look, you know, you're here, you're invited, so you are successful.
Yeah.
Period. End of story.
Yeah, everything else is icing, it feels like.
Everything else is icing. Well, my dad said it best. I'm going to play, I wish I could play that song. I don't know the damn words to it. But my dad said it best, probably 2 or 3 days before he died. He said, you know, pal, he said, after 100 other things we talked about, he said, that music business thing, he said, I worried about it a little while. He said, it's kind of fickle, it's kind of weird, and you were good at other things you did. I said, yeah, Dad, thank you, appreciate it. He said, no, he said, but here's the thing. You're getting paid to do what you would pay to do.
Hell yeah.
Stop. And that was that. So when you get to that place in the music business, the rest of it's freaking gravy and fireworks.
I know we haven't talked a lot lately, and I'll admit that's mostly on me. Can't seem to break through the sky to you from the ground that's bruising my knees. But if you already know the thoughts in my head, if you've already read the book I'm writing, then you can fill that empty space. Silence takes and words escape. I can't find them, but I'm trying. So dear Lord, amen. The rest is nothing but a blank space. You can fill it in. I'll start and I'll end. But dear Lord, amen. Maybe it's the heart that speaks the loudest, and you don't even care if we talk, 'cause I'm still waiting on the words to come. This prayer's all that I've got. Yeah, here's all I got. Dear Lord, amen. The rest is nothing but a blank space. You can fill it in.
Yeah.
I'll start and I'll end with dear Lord. Here we go, Bill. Amen. Dear Lord, amen. The rest is nothing but a blank space. You can fill it. You can fill it all in, and I'll start and I'll end. Dear Lord, dear Lord, amen. Amen.
Woo! Dude.
Come on, wrote that song with Davis Corley and Mark Chandler in the room tonight, part of the evening service crew.
Wow.
Yeah,
dude,
man,
that's
thank
amazing,
you. Okay,
y'all.
so let me look, hang on, let me look at my notes. This is let's do some more boosts. Rachel, come on, let's get it. Is this the last one or is there Uno Mas? This is it. Come on, hell yeah. Come on,
I'm
and then
enjoying
more
this,
songs.
man.
Are you having
Yeah.
fun?
Yeah,
Dude, thank you,
I want
man.
to play a couple more songs. If
We're
that's all
going.
right.
Please. Yeah.
And you, are you gonna play some?
No.
You are playing songs with that.
Yeah, you are
Those
creating
songs.
music right now. Let the music
I'm gonna leave
speak.
y'all play.
Okay, so what do we have
All right.
here? Here we go.
So this is different. This is not a whiskey.
What's that?
This is made out of sorghum, like he was
Biscuits.
talking about.
Okay, okay.
So we call this
Not
golden
biscuit.
biscuit. Are y'all familiar with sorghum?
I'm familiar
No,
with both of them. I am. Yeah, I am.
Some people may not be.
Okay, so
I
sorghum.
personally am.
I am
Sorghum
too.
grows here in Tennessee. It grows in Arkansas. It's actually
Hell
grows
yeah.
really well from where we're
Hell
from.
yeah, it does.
In the Delta. What we're doing is we're taking the sorghum. It's in the field. It looks like a tall grass. They take the stalk. They grind the stalk. There's a juice, a green juice that comes out. Collect all of that juice. They boil it. All the water boils off. It forms like this really thick molasses-like syrup.
Okay.
So they bring the syrup to us. We ferment it. We distill it.
Blackstrap.
Yes, and it is thick. It is really thick. So we're putting about.
Where do you get your source your
We
sorghum
actually get it from a Mennonite farm here in Tennessee.
Wow.
Yeah, it's called Muddy Pond. They're between here and Knoxville. A great farm, and so we get all their stuff.
Safe to
So-
say none of those people are watching the evening service right now.
Probably not. Probably
Safe
not.
to say.
Yeah.
But thank you. If you are, shame on you,
Yeah.
and thank you at the same time.
Yeah, back at you. They know what you mean. I do.
Yeah. So once we distill this, we distill it. It's triple distilled. We then we take it. We put it in a used bourbon barrel. So the barrel had held bourbon for about 9 years.
Okay.
So once we dumped the barrel, we immediately filled it up with the unaged version of this. We let it age for 2 years in that bourbon barrel. So it turned it that golden color
Okay.
because it takes on the qualities and components of the barrel. So it's going to have a little bit of oakiness in it. It's going to be very sweet and caramel, vanilla, almost like a
I've got a good feeling about this one.
I do
almost
too,
like
yeah.
almost like a birthday cake. I feel like
Yeah.
it's good.
My inner chick is like,
Well, like-
Hey, I
and
brought
you,
you- I brought
and
you
you could
one.
probably light
the
it.
sweet, here comes the sweet stuff.
You could probably light it like a birthday cake, right? Don't you think?
Yeah, this is 100 proof.
Hey,
Well,
of
there
course
you go.
it
It's
is.
100%.
So you can drink this straight. You can put it in
I
cocktails
think you
that
put
you
100
would
anything in this.
yeah.
Okay.
Put it in cocktails that you would use bourbon. You can make this makes
We
a
got-
fantastic old fashioned.
Oh, I bet
wow.
I
Yeah,
can
now we're
smell
talking
that.
Right.
with maple. Have you ever tried that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, that's
There's my guy.
That's amazing.
Is that it?
That's my guy right there.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love that.
That's good.
Yes. Come on. I'm chasing a beer just cause.
Yeah.
Just cause. Okay, Rachel, tell us really fast. You guys are doing something really cool at the Nashville Craft Distillery.
Yes.
Outdoor safe concert series
We are.
every Saturday that it doesn't rain.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit more about that. That's with our friend and I'm sure soon to be guest of the evening service, Shelley Tackett,
so,
is putting
yeah.
that on.
Yeah.
But I played it a couple weeks ago. It's fun as
So
hell.
fun.
So much fun. It's where I learned about all these great products. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So we're doing it. It starts at 6:30 every Saturday night, and like you said, it's
a drive-up, right?
It's a drive-in, yeah. So you just park your cars. We've got a flatbed trailer that the artists are getting up there and playing on, and you can sit in the back of your pickup truck, or you can bring your lawn chairs and just sit out there safely, distance from other people,
I
and
love
actually
Nashville.
Isn't it cool?
enjoy live music. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and I want to say it's $10 a person. All the proceeds are going to the artist that's playing, which is cool. So
Well, let's be real, man. I mean, COVID's been hard on the Nashville
Yeah.
Craft Distillery, right? I mean, as it has on every business.
Yeah.
So folks, you're always so supportive of anything I do and anything, any project I do. But these are good. I'm trying to introduce you to some good people that are doing some cool things because of COVID. Rachel, has there been any gifts of COVID? Like, one gift of COVID for me was that I taught myself how to fly fish. And so, like, that's the gift. COVID doesn't happen, I never learned how to fly fish. And
Yeah.
I don't get all these song titles out, out of that.
Right.
And then, like, and I was bitching the previous 4 years that I felt like I was missing my kids growing up. And I got a summer to spend literally every moment with them, even the bored ones. So were there any gifts have there been anything that just like hit you like, you know what? This is the best part of this shitty situation.
I'm not a big reader, but I've been reading more books, which
Good
I
for you.
think just
That is
taking
definitely a
time
gift.
and I am nowhere near guitar players like y'all, but I enjoy playing guitar, and I've been actually no, you do not. But I've been playing. I've been just actually sitting down Yeah,
That's
and
cool.
playing guitar and just getting back to, because I love music too. And so yeah, just getting back to music and doing just some fun stuff like that.
I just want to tell you, I'm so honored that you got to be
Wow.
the first non-musical guest on the show,
My
and we got to
pleasure.
showcase a great locally owned business, a small business. And I mean, you guys know, you don't have to watch the news to know that like small businesses are the ones that are getting their asses kicked by COVID. And so I'm so happy that we could be help you promote this product, because it's so great. It's just, I find it so, there's an art to this, and I know that, and I know that you take it that way. You take it as that.
Well, you can taste
seriously.
it.
You can taste that, and that's special to me.
That's why I love it so much. There's a lot of science in it, but it's also very creative. And
Yeah.
you get to express your creativity.
I've had a lot of bad things to drink.
Yeah.
This is
This
really
ain't
good.
it. Yeah, this
Good,
ain't
good.
one
I
of
like
them.
to hear that.
Rachel Rachel Sykes from Nashville Craft Distillery,
Yes.
NashvilleCraft.com. Make sure you follow them on all their socials, and Mike's flashing those up and everything. Rachel, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Thank
My
you.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Phil, place another song. Place another song.
This is
That's a good one.
man, I just love this song. It's
That's good enough for me.
real good buddy of mine, Kyle Jacobs and Dan Alley.
I love
Kentucky
Dan,
boy.
man.
He's
Yeah.
a monster. Man.
Great singer. Yeah.
Well, he can sing the shit out of this way better than you're gonna hear it now. But I'm getting ready to try it. The problem with this song ain't the words or the lonesome melody, or how it fills the dance floor. No, it's what it does to me. Yeah, the problem with this song ain't that they ain't out there singing every word. No, it's just when it comes on, they don't feel the way it hurts. It's like somebody grabbed an old guitar and mixed it with a broken heart and poured my soul out over 90 proof. And in the line where they say everything's gonna be okay, Lord, hope someday that comes true. It ain't the 6 minor or the 5 to the major 2. No, the problem with this song is her memory ain't just 3 minutes long.
Come on. Stop it.
It's gonna take more time. Looks like it's never gonna end. I try to turn it on, but I just turn it up again and again. It's like somebody grabbed an old guitar and mixed it with a broken heart and poured my soul out over 90 proof. Yeah, and in the line where they say everything's gonna be okay, Lord, I hope someday that comes true. It ain't the 6 minor or the 5 to the major 2. But the problem with this song is her memory ain't just 3 minutes long. That's the problem with this song.
Yeah, man. Love that.
Thank you.
That's with Dan Alley
Kyle
and
Jacobs.
Kyle Jacobs. Love
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
How old that?
I think we
Rather
wrote it in
new.
the last 6-8 months, maybe a year. It's
Was there a moment, Phil, in your life when you realized that you were gonna make your living making music? Like was there a definitive moment where you're like, oh shit, I can do
Yeah,
this?
I think there was there was never that defining that said, you know, you can. But I think there's this sense of I'm going to jump and I hope the splash ain't too big, you know. You don't ever really know, and it's almost like you do this kind of thing that we said before. You know, I could be doing something else. I could do a lot of other things that make a lot more money and make me a lot happier daily. Not daily, excuse me. That make me a lot happier annually when the IRS checks in. But there's an occasion that happens, you know. I was in the real estate business for 20 years, man. It's like...
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. I read that about you, too, doing real estate.
I owned the Sotheby's.
So you had the side hustle thing going on.
Well, no, really,
the hustle?
I did that. I mean, I bought this business from some people that reluctantly got me into the damn real estate business. And I said, well, and I bought it a year later, and I did really well at it. And I got my banker, who I love to death. She's 10 or 12 years older than me or whatever. And I said, you got to come over here because you can count. And she became my partner, you know. And then 20 years of that, I figured out how to do some things, but I never sold a house. I sold property and land, and I loved it, but I also knew that this is just banging me in my head.
Yeah.
You know? And you can't get past that. And I'd say to anybody that's thinking about it, if it's banging you in the head, go figure it out.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. So your question is, did you know, was there some defining moment? I'd say the most defining moment was when Rebecca, my wife, said, it's time. And
that's the biggest blessing, and you know it, and I do too, when you have somebody in your life that's willing to run down crazy roads.
Yeah, and I think about the times I thought about trying to push her harder, and I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I considered it so many times, and I didn't. I know her well enough to know that she would have been able to handle that too, but at the end of the day, I just tried to hold the line, and then she said, okay, all my stars are aligned and yours are too, and let's go. So now it's a project.
Yeah.
It's a really great project. It's like a big science fair.
That's fun.
And we're having
Okay,
time.
well, I can't let you leave here without myself sipping a little bit more of this golden biscuit sorghum spirits.
Biscuit whiskey.
But I got to ask you this, because some of the people that have known me for a while that I know are watching right now know my absolute obsession with and the amount of credit that I give Edwin McCain for shaping my music. And talk to me about your relationship with Edwin McCain, writing songs with him, collaborations, that kind of stuff. I mean, he's from that South Carolina area. Is that the connection there? Did you guys come up together?
You know,
with
we
Hootie and those
professionally,
guys?
well, yeah, we had a band called the Blue Dogs, and we had a sort of real local following, and great little band. Still do things together.
What kind of music were you making?
It was kind of Little Feat meets Bill Monroe and occasional AC/DC. But we were the preppy jam band that did well. And Edwin was this great just troubadour who was playing down at Hilton Head and stuff. He's from Greenville, you know.
Yeah.
And he was playing at Hilton Head. We knew him, and he was always this guy that just showed up, and you go, there's a whole nother layer there. He's just untouchable. And at the end of the day, you get to know him, and he is the most approachable, the most absolutely humble human.
I've had a few experiences with him. I opened the show for him when I was at Ouachita Baptist University. Funny enough, where Rachel and I went to school. And I was, had to have been 2001. So I probably had 7 songs.
That's about an hour and a half ago now.
Yeah. So he was so kind to me. Just
that's him.
We ate at Waffle House afterwards, and I just picked his brain, and I saw him recently at the Franklin Theater in Franklin, and just like that transcends from interpersonal to stage to like you feel like you're a bro with this guy after you see him play that acoustic show. You know, he's incredible at that. I think that transcends.
First of all, you start with genius, and the other thing is his sense of humanity, his whole scope and the way he thinks about things. He's not normal, but in a great way. And he, Edwin has the #1 karaoke song in the world. And
he
that's
tells that story. He goes, well, next thing you know, Jed's a millionaire. You know, he hears this drunk girl saying,
But-
"I'll be your crying shoulder," and he writes it down. Next thing you know, that.
but
Jed's a
he
millionaire.
lives in a modest house in
I
the
would be
neighborhood.
surprised if he didn't.
And his
yeah.
neighbors don't give a damn, and
he doesn't either.
he goes over and cuts their grass. But he's gotten into this land clearing business that he goes and deals with farms and places, hunting properties, and that's what he does. He has a machine that he bought. I don't know. It could be a $10,000 machine, could be a $10 million machine, but it's this machine that clears land and does that kind of thing.
And that's his main deal
That's
now.
what,
He's
well,
like
he
gigs-
just well,
oh,
he
gigs
just
when-
he has the machine, and there's him that can drive it, and he just kind of does it. I doubt he bills half the people he does it for, and he's just because he
love it,
he
man.
just loves living as much as anybody I know.
One thing Edwin McCain told me at that Waffle House in Caddo Valley, Arkansas, after I'd opened for him and I played my 6 shitty songs and then he played all his great songs and I said, man, do you have any advice? My first 6 songs ever, Phil. Come on, everybody's first 6 songs were lame, but the so
First 4 were.
once you got the 5 you was on, you had it figured. But so he says to me over hash browns and whatever else we had. I said, man, do you have any advice for a dude like me who's just like dreaming of the thing? And he said, go to your fucking show. He's like, if you wake up and you don't feel good, go to your fucking show. If you wake up don't feel like making music that day, go to your fucking show. And that made so much sense to me.
Yeah.
As a
Wow.
21-year-old who was having trouble getting up and going to class, like I was just like, oh, that makes sense. He goes, man, if people are willing to pay money to come see you play, go to your fucking show. Like what? Like how hard is that? And I love that. I love that piece of advice. You know, I'm sure. And listen, everybody has cancellations, but that's something I've stuck to. The only time I've ever canceled a show to this point has been for extreme sickness, and the only other time was when my wife's father passed away.
I've known Edwin 25 years, and pretty much, I would say 95% of the things that have come out of his mouth are needle point worthy.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't hurt in his world, but at the end of the day, he's precious. He's just precious. And he called me the other night looking for he said, I got this song of yours I want to cut that you wrote 25 years ago. Can you give me the chords to it? Now, I know damn well that damn Edwin McCain can sort out the chords in that song. But no. He gives me a softball or a damn cream puff.
Yeah.
And I'm going, and just to also at the same time to tell me he's cutting my song.
Yeah.
Not, I'm cutting your song, dude, suck it. You know,
Yeah,
not
you
that.
shake my hand,
No.
kiss my ass.
His is, I'm going to cut this song. But it wasn't even that. I'm really considering this song. I think I should do it. I said, what do you think? I said, I think you should do it. Can you give me the chords? So it was just all of this benevolence going on at one time. And that won't, you just, there's not but one of him.
Well, I would that would be a bucket list right for me would be.
We'll
to
make
see
that
Ray
happen.
with
I
Edwin
think we'll
McCain.
make that
Let's
happen.
do
We'll
it.
get a Greenville show.
Let's get him on the evening service. What the fuck, man? Come on.
We'll get him right
Hey,
here.
since we're shooting for the moon, we'll play us one more, man, and then I'll do one, and then we'll be done with it, man. This has been. Have you had a great time? Thank you for being on the show.
Still having
man.
a good time.
Let's go.
Y'all,
Keep it
give me a
rocking.
big hand.
How about Phil Lammonds, studio audience?
I can't decide whether to do something wrist slitter or something happy. Because I got to do cowboy things.
Oh, how about a good cowboy? What was the cowboy one? Is there a new cowboy one you got that you played the other night at the local? That was so good. I remember loving it.
Yeah, it's not nothing new.
Play whatever you want. Whatever you want.
Are we
to play.
done with after this? Is this it?
No. Not unless, if you don't want us to be.
Shit, I'll sit here all night.
Play this one, and then we'll make a decision. How about that?
This song means a lot to me. Kelly Pickler needed to write a song about her great grandmother. She was determined to do it, and she talked to her husband Kyle Jacobs.
Mm-hmm.
And
Lemon cup.
And she said, I'm going to write a song about my great grandmother. And Kyle comes to me and says, dude, will you just do this? Get me out of this? I said, and Kelly's a very bright human being. but she's also very patient with people that aren't. And so she comes to me per Kyle's suggestion, says, great grandmother song. I said, we started talking about it. I said, what have you done? She said, well, I've tried to write it and nobody gets it. I'm trying to tell the story. And she starts telling the story. And she was 92 years old, the last she remembers, and she was in a red sleigh trailer in Albemarle, North Carolina, and she carried a pistol in her apron. And she shot at the neighbor's dogs. And went on, had one tooth. And went on and on and on, you know, and she says, I've told this story to so many writers, and Kyle just don't buy into it. And I said, well, okay, well, what else you want to say? Oh.
I mean, it sounds like a country song to me. I mean,
it's
hell.
exactly that.
Right.
And then she goes, we got to say, the apple don't fall far from the tree. And I said, well, that's probably where you hit the wall. I said, because a lot of these, you know, a lot of the damn songwriters going to probably, that's pretty cliche. She said, well, cliche didn't get that way by sucking. I said, okay, so gotta keep moving. And then she says, what do we do here? I said, well, what's her name? Anybody ask you that? She said, nobody's never asked me that. I said, what's her name? She said, Selma Dry. I said, Selma flipping Dry? She said, well, how you? She said, well, I haven't been able to get it started. And I said, well, Selma Dry is the best country music name I've ever heard in my life. And so we wrote this song. And I'm as proud of this. And Billy Montana jumped in at the end because I was failing miserably. And of course, what a songwriter he is. But
It's a group effort, man. Most of the time.
and anyway, so this is what we wrote, and I'm very proud of this. It's called Selma Dry. It's a true story. My great-grandmama's name was Selma Dry. Everybody tells me I got her hazel eye. They turned Carolina blue when I cry. That's alright with me. She kept a 38 special and 2 bros snug in the pocket of her apron in case something came up. Yeah, she grew up ragged, grew up rough, the way she had to be. I know Selma, she'd be proud of me, 'cause I'm the only apple on the tree that didn't hit the ground and stick down in the mud. Now she's up in heaven, raising hell. If I can stand up for myself, it's 'cause her gunpowder running through my blood. When I die, put me in the ground beside Selma Dry. Well, the folks around town said she was mean. They never knew the woman that I'd seen. No, she had never ever touched a washing machine. She'd hang it all over the line. She kept her peaches and her money in a canning jar. Never owned a TV or drove a car. She'd say that stuff, it don't make you what you are. She'd say it all the time. And I know Selma, she'd be proud of me, 'cause I'm the only apple on the tree that didn't hit the ground, stick down in the mud. Now she's up in heaven, raising hell, and if I can stand up for myself, it's 'cause her gunpowder's running through my blood. When I die, put me in the ground beside Selma Dry. Yeah, Selma Dry. Yeah, I can hear words of wisdom still playing in my head. And her old beat-up Bible's on the nightstand by my bed.
Come on.
I know Selma, she'd be proud of me, 'cause I'm the only apple on the tree that didn't hit the ground, stick down in the mud. Now she's up in heaven, raising hell, and if I can stand up for myself, it's 'cause her gunpowder's running through my blood. When I die, put me in the ground beside. Yeah, when I
So this is our third episode in the new Evening Service Production Studios.
Cheers. Yeah,
And so far, the best one, man. I mean, listen, guys, I know it's... Listen, we're at an hour and 20 minutes, so let me play one. Let's call it a night. We got to have Phil back, right?
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
do you have something else that you need to play for us? A new song of some kind you want to debut?
No, I don't care. I mean, I'm coming back, right? I'm coming back, right?
He's coming back. In fact, you might be the new co-host, bro.
I'm in.
You never know.
You never know.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure of mine to be able to provide something that you can do that makes you happy for an hour and a half on a Sunday and maybe not think about the bullshit that's coming up the rest of this week. I know times are tough. Times are tough on me. Times are tough on everybody in this room, and I'm sure everybody that's watching. But I'm certain of one thing, that kindness always wins, that love always wins, and that if you want to, you can go out tomorrow and make a difference in a world that needs somebody to make a difference in it. And I do not...
Hey.
Talk to him, preacher man. Talk to him.
Y'all, by the way, you're looking at one of the best human voices and the best breather of air that you'll ever run into.
Well, Phil, let me ask you this before, because I was going to ask you, who you writing with? What young up-and-coming artists should the viewers be looking out for?
Okay, so I'm crazy about Hannah Dasher.
I am too.
I'm crazy about Hannah Dasher. That was the first song I played tonight. Love is Love, and I'm crazy about. Gosh, there's so many of them right now. Everybody's good, but
I mean, you've written with Dan Smalley.
Love Dan Smalley.
Like
crazy about Dan Smalley. I mean, really crazy about Dan Smalley. Hard getting on his book right now. Dan's locking in, and I'm loving him to death. And but he knows he can. And I tell you, the Runaway June girls are kind of they've shifted gears, and everything's really good.
Yeah, love Natalie. Love the addition there. I mean, it's exciting to see what's coming.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
So where can the people find out about you? Do you have a website? Do you have follow you on Instagram?
I do not have a website. I have an Instagram page, and I don't even have a Facebook. I'm going to actually start a social media thing called My Face, and
you should see how that goes. I mean,
I'm going to start it. It's going to be like, I saw you on My Face last night. Weren't you on My Face? I'm sorry. We went there. And,
yes, that sounds great.
I think it's a good idea.
Phillip Lammonds music.
Yeah.
Right? And Mike's got it up. Mike's posting it. So make sure you follow Phillip. Thank you, folks. Thank you for being here.
Love y'all.
I want to encourage you at the end of the show to never forget this. That you are loved. There are people that care about you. And things always tend to get better.
Yes, they do.
So let me leave you with this. Phillip, will you join me with this on this song real quick?
What is this song?
I don't know. Let me find it.
Am I going to be able to...
You know this song, man. Here it is. Here. Why should I feel discouraged? Why should the shadows come? Why should my heart be lonesome, lonely, and dreaming of home? When Jesus is my portion, my constant friend is He. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He's watching me. Oh, when I walk through darkness, oh, when the wind blows cold, oh, when the world seems helpless, You won't never let me go. Yeah, when Jesus is my portion, watching me. Thanks so much for tuning in to the evening service. I'm Barry Beverly. This is my guest, Phillip Lammonds. Thank you, Nashville Craft Distillery, NashvilleCraft.com. See you next time, next week. Peace!
Hey. Let me tell you about this girl I got. She don't mince words, says what she means. All black and white, no in between. Loves Jesus, whiskey, dirt road daisies, old stray dogs and crazy about babies. Yeah, she's real. The holes in her jeans, she got them all honest. Ain't hunting no bank account with a bunch of commas and drama. That ain't her thing, 'cause she's real. Yeah, she's real pretty, real smart, real good at roping in a cowboy's heart. She's a real tears, real tough, real firecracker when she gets lit up. She's a real sexy, real sweet, real good at it when she's loving on me. She ain't make believe, can't believe the way she makes me feel, but she's real. When she goes to get mad, she gets real mad. Likes to play real country and get real sad. Loves dive bars, fast cars, high-powered rifles. Got a mama who's a hero and a daddy who's her idol. She's real pretty, real smart, real good at roping in a cowboy's heart. She's a real tears, real tough, real firecracker when she gets lit up. She's a real sexy, real sweet, real good at it when she's loving on me. She ain't make believe, can't believe the way she makes me feel, but she's a yeah, she's real pretty, real smart, real good at roping in a cowboy's heart. She's real tears, real tough, real firecracker when she gets lit up. She's real sexy, real sweet, real good at it when she's loving on me. She ain't make believe, can't believe the way she makes me feel. She's a hell-raising angel, all halo and heels. Yeah, she's real.